Right then, we're live for Skye Nicolson versus Tiara Brown. Big up to DJ Pat in the chat as always. Yeah, Pat. Hopefully, we're going to get a good fight here. Tiara Brown spoke a very good game, shall we say, in the build-up. Whether it turns out into fruition, we're about to find out in the next few minutes, or next half an hour, should I say? But if the fight's as good as what the build-up's been, Liam, then hopefully we're going to see Skye at least tested today.
Yeah. I mean, I just said to you boys off camera, if Tiara Brown, either boxers do what she's done in fight week for two reasons. They're either that confident that it's just quite literally oozing out of them, or they need the nervous energy to keep themselves in the zone. I know which camp I'm in because I suspect there is a lot of nervous energy on Brown's side, but I'm hoping that it's nervous energy mixed with a confidence that she thinks she's going to be able to do something. I fully expect it to be another comfortable night for Skye. As we've all said, she's just on another level. She is just that good. And at some point, people are going to have to accept it's not that the opponent's a poor. She's similar to Lauren Price. She's just that good. Mm-hmm. You can only be tested if you're good enough to be tested. And I don't think there's anyone in this division that's good enough to test her, being honest.
Yeah, I think right now at featherweight, it's looking pretty. Obviously, Serrano had a belt, didn't she, at one point before she vaced? Well, Skye won the interim, didn't she? And then she was upgraded. Don't think so. All of them let mouth. Yeah, they go down like the other one. Yeah, I agree with you there, Pat. Jaya Pattaya on the screen.
And that's I know we'll probably cover it on No Punches Pulled in the week, but just quickly while we're waiting, I'm disappointed with his opponent, and we've said of Dalton Smith fighting on Easter weekends that we get wanting to stay active, but when you're in the position you're in, you're one slip up away against substandard opposition from blowing it all away. This is the camp Opetaya's in now. Look,
he said after very frustrated about it himself, wasn't he? Did you see it?
Yeah, I've seen it, and that's the thing. But being a frustrated fighter and taking that into your training camp, yes, it can lead to a devastating performance, but it can also mean you don't want to put the same level of work in because you're expecting to blow an opponent away. Look, he should come through comfortably, but it's a dangerous fight for him.
Yeah, for sure. You know, any fight at 200 pounds or heavyweight, you know, obviously this is a cruiserweight, but, you know, the guys can bang. And look, Jai will come through it. He strikes me as the consummate pro, in fairness to him. You know, we saw that in the Naika fight last time out. You know, that was not a test on paper, but, you know, similar to Kambosos, I guess, against Wiley today. You know, it was the big fight in that part of the world. Yeah, look, Jai's a solid pro, isn't he? That's my take on it. But yeah, look, I agree. We're never going to moan about, especially over here, getting fights on at this time of the day. It's a great
Friday morning Opetaya one is. That's perfect. But Friday morning boxing, I'm all for. But we want to see the Zerdo Ramirez. We want to see. I mean, I think Baddy Jack's going to lose on the Canelo card, so we want to see him go after that WBC belt, even if it is Baddy Jack or who his opponent that day. We want to see unifications. He wants unifications, and this is the thing. Opetaya has made no secret of how soon he wants to move up to heavyweight, if that makes sense. So Eddie Hearn knows that. So it's up to Eddie Hearn to allow him to unify at this division because he said he wants to move up as a unified champion. So Eddie, come on, we know how much pull you've got. You want to build him as a star, and you've got this deal in Australia. Look, I think Baddy Jack or Baddy Jack's opponent will travel to Australia. I don't think you'll get Zerdo down there. Zerdo will be in Saudi. But you'll get one of Jack or Anita.
Someone's got to do the dirty work for the other one and get that WBC belt, and then you make Zerdo for the undisputed, don't you? So one of the two of them's got to do that fight.
Baddy Jack is fighting Ryan Royschek.
Yeah.
Rizicki, Royschek. 21-1. So I've said what I've said. I think he'll lose. I mean, his record isn't the best. I mean, what is he? He's 30 years old. Canadian. Who's he? 24, 21?
So he was the champion in recess, or Jack was the champion in recess, and then, you know, they have to fight now to see who's the champ.
So Baddy Jack obviously last fought when he beat Maccabi on the flipping Jake Paul Tommy Fury card back in February 23. We've not seen him since then. He's coming back in 25. I think, yeah, you're right. The donkey work needs to be done by one of Opetaya and Zerdo, and I hope that it will be Opetaya that does it.
Yeah, me too. And he's the active one. I agree with your assessment, Pat. Here,
Sorry, we need to get back on this fight. Sorry, mate.
Show levels in the first few rounds, and Tiara will cut a frustrated figure. But look, if
Skye Nicholson's knockout percentage is only 8%. That just 1 in 12.
I mean, bless her. When you look at her, you don't really think she's gonna chin you, do you? Look,
Diamante's in the ring.
Yeah, Diamante's there. Look, Tiara Brown can punch, but as we've said, you've got to actually find the target and do it. But yeah, we're getting the entrances here, so we've a good few with us already. So appreciate it, guys. We'll keep you up to date. Jay will be here shortly. I don't know if he's fell asleep. He's got no excuse to fall asleep at this time. He normally does whenever we're here and about, but not today.
Oh, mate, I won't let him live it down if he's fallen asleep at 10 o'clock in the morning. But no, look, I think that's the thing. And look, it's all well and good having power, and we've said it time and time again. You can have all the power in the world, but if you can't actually find a home for your power, it's as much use as a chocolate fire guard. And that's what Tiara Brown is here. We know she's a boxer brawler. We know she's going to fight on emotion here. And Skye Nicolson is such a slick counter puncher that actually a Skye stoppage here may come because of how much Brown's going to overexert herself.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as we don't see what we got with Andrew Kane and Charlie Edwards last Saturday night from this fight, all the build up and then you've got it running around for 10 rounds, I'll be happy if that makes sense.
Oh, that would be that would be painful. But look, I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give Tiara Brown the benefit of the doubt. She spoke a great game all week. Let's see her put it into fruition. But yeah, for me, as you said, as Lucas said on the last one, as Pat said on here comes main event JFT in the building. Just about rocked in for when the ring walks happen. He wasn't born yesterday, was he?
That's what he wants.
I was born in a bygone era, mate. The 70s.
Here comes Skye.
The champ is here. Tell you what, Bradley Skeet is low-key, got some decent...
Yeah, who else is he training?
Fran Hennessy.
Fran Hennessy, that's
him and Eddie Lamb, yeah, low-key. They've got some very good fighters, haven't they?
Yeah.
I like Bradley Skeet.
I do. He beat Hamza Shearaz, really.
Yeah. He got chinned when he was on the deck.
Yeah. I tell you what, Bradley Skeet said after that Hamza fight, he was done with boxing. He didn't want to do his coaching license or anything anymore. So it's good he stayed in the game. I know that was emotion at the time because he'd just been absolutely mugged off. But it's good to see him in the game and thriving.
Yep. He once sent me, I
asked
him for a signed photo and he sent me a flipping big box of stuff, gloves, T-shirt, signed photo. He sent me all sorts.
Who Skeet?
Yeah, Bradley Skeet.
Fair play,
a lot of memorabilia that he sent me when he was sort of in his pomp.
He'd be a good one to get on for an interview, wouldn't he? Skeet, I reckon he'd be a good chat.
Yeah.
I know we don't do it too often, but maybe we'll put some feelers out.
Sorry, have you seen the WBC
Skye
homecoming
making her way
belt?
to the ring? So I meant Nicholson, sorry.
Yeah, Liam, just to cut Jay off while he gets us off. That red belt was horrendous. What is that belt, by the way?
It's the WBC homecoming belt that they've designed for Skye Nicolson fighting.
Did I have to pay for that? Did I have to pay
to this, right?
their purse for that?
Do you know how many champions the WBC have got?
Yeah, are you watching Fight Disciples? Is that?
I saw a clip yesterday and Nick Pete said 35.
Yeah, and the WBA have got like 60 something.
One of them's got 60 between the WBA and the WBC.
And
WBA.
in the 17 weight divisions. How the fuck does that work out?
Well, the WBA, you got regular, it's just the interim regular super. It's just a mess, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like David Diamante's hair. A fucking matted mess.
It's like Professor Quirrell and Harry Potter. You don't know what's going to come out.
You know the lad who read out the wrong scorecards for the Hughes Johnson first fight? Like, there was a debate earlier in the week about who was going to be the MC, and I was thinking, it's a matchroom show. Of course, Diamante's going to be the MC. It's not going to be anyone else.
Mate, that geezer retired. That geezer's retired. He's not done anything since that night. He quite literally said, I've messed up here. I can't do it anymore. See you later.
Yeah, I mean, it is a tough one, isn't it?
Shut down his social medias and everything.
Yeah, well, you won't want to see that. You know, everyone makes a mistake. You know, it's...
I do it every live, mate. My social media is popping.
Oh, I love it.
Australia, if you need someone to occasionally get a scorecard wrong, JFT is available for a fee. He will come to Australia.
Skye UD.
I reckon Skye Nicolson is just going to coast to a UD.
Yeah, big
I said before you came on, Jay, that if Tiara's going to use all her energy and come forward so much with Skye's timing, she may walk her onto something. But
I will say I have bet them both. Excuse me, by stoppage, just on the off chance.
No doubt Luca has too, if Luca's in the building.
I think I got 14 and 12 to 1. I'm from the Philippines. I bet for Tiara Brown. You think my bet is safe? Absolutely not.
Probably not, but yeah, look. Thank
Have I still done it?
To John Louise from the Philippines. That's great to hear that we've got people there joining us. So yeah, look, I think it's a tough one for you, but you never know.
Manny Pacquiao, man, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Man.
Yeah, definitely. Big up, Ryan. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Much appreciated. We got 36 with us so far, which is great. So really appreciate that, guys. We do this every week. We do it for the UFC as well. So anyone who hasn't came across us before, if you could drop the video a like and subscribe. JFT
it's
YouTube.
Funny how Eddie Earn's missus is never at shows, but she's ringside tonight.
Is she?
Yeah, no. She's over in Australia.
She's in Nicholson's corner. She's in Brown's corner. Sorry.
Yeah.
She's not trusted with the water though. You never know what will happen to that.
Yeah, she's the fourth judge. Brown's done. Brown
190. Yeah. The fight's about to start. Uncle Chop. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. Literally, probably in the next 2 minutes or so. We got motivational ref agreeing with JFT potentially on the KO TKO.
Yes, Skye bet have price boosted Skye by stoppage, which is interesting. There's obviously something. There's money that's gone into that on stoppage because it's gone up from where from where it was. I think she'll box it. She's not going to want to risk it, is she? She knows Brown.
She don't want to get chinned.
That's the only way she loses the fight. Big up, Daz, the God regular watcher. Hope you're well, my friend. Thanks for being with us as always.
We're on the way. Here we go.
Pearl, we're not allowed to actually show the fight, unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, but we just talk about it and we keep everyone up to date with it. But thanks for tuning in, Pearl. Appreciate that. But no, the real fight is on DAZN. You have to watch it on. Skye just trying to get a range early then, boys.
Yeah, Brown's nice wide stance, looking for right hand, off at jab.
It's an interesting movement she's doing with her arms when she's got them by her head, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Skye's looking for that right hook over top of Brown's sort of high jab, but it's just to find that range. Brown's not trying to hit her with it. She's looking for they're both looking for the right hand, it would seem.
Look at Skye with the jab to the body before she throws that right hand as well.
We might see Nicholson completely change the tactic today and go for a stoppage. I know we've all said...
early signs are that she looks to be sitting down a bit, Jay.
A little bit, yeah.
And to be fair, all the talk from Skye, Lamb and herself has been that she's starting to sit down on her punches more, so it may be the time we see it. Look,
Skye's big. She's not a little... She's not thin. She's thick. Big shoulders.
Maybe remember, she wanted to go to make a statement.
Yeah, and she wanted to go to Paris last year, didn't she? I know she didn't go in the end, so she was still focusing on amateur boxing as well last year, so she's now fully into the pro game.
Yeah.
Not that she wasn't before, but you get what I mean. She obviously had half an eye on going to the Olympic Games again.
Yeah.
And the way Brown's been talking, Skye might want to put it on her, and really make a statement. Because Brown's come here to try upset the apple cart and get the stoppage.
No doubt about it. You can't talk as much as she has and then not at least give it a good crack. And if you come up short because Skye's too good, then so be it.
The same as we've said and everybody else, the narrative is Skye doesn't punch, rinse and repeat, 10-0, she'll just get into a rhythm. So maybe she wants to ram that down all our throats, it's interesting first round. I gave it to Skye.
Yeah.
I'm not scoring it as such, but I think Skye had the better of that round.
No, I'm going to score it. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, and look, Skye has said before that she wants to change the narrative of how people perceive her, that she believes herself to have more power than she's shown. So Time to show it, isn't it? Like, it's all well and good looking good and winning 190 every fight.
This is the stage, as Jay said earlier in the week when we're making our predictions for it. You know, she's got a co-main event slot here. You know, she's got an opponent in Tiara Brown that stuck it on her all week. If there was ever a time to, you know, sit down on your shots more, make a statement, this is probably the time to do so. So let's see how the next 3 or 4 rounds transpire. I think we'll have a better idea midway through the fight of if the stoppage is a possibility or not.
Just sorting out my camera before it falls over.
It is interesting. Brown's body language already. If you looked at her when she got up off her stool, then a big slump of the shoulders. I think she's
a bit frustrated. I think she's not dealing with Skye's movement.
No.
Skye's footwork is so underrated. It's really good. Just watch how she just gets out of range, but back in again.
Yeah, mate, it's such subtle movements as well. It's nothing big and extravagant, but it's beautiful to watch, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm always hesitant to use the word cute when females are boxing in case I get called out for being a weirdo.
Yeah, I've just left that as well. I nearly went down that path as well. Too early on a Saturday morning to deal with that.
Brown, got to take more risk. Got to take risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's gone there. She tried there, but Skye's just too quick. Only one of those punches landed glancing out of the 4 she threw, didn't they?
Brown would be better feinting with the right and throwing a left because Skye always moves out to the right, which she walks straight onto a left up, but she's not. She can't see it.
On the flip side of that, obviously Skye's big weapon is the right hook. Tiara's left hand is very low. It's open for that right hand.
Yeah. And now Nicholson's doing everything opposite to what I said. She's now moving to her left.
Mate, have we got a feed into Sydney? Can she hear us?
It fucking sounds like it, doesn't it?
JFT on the live comms.
Got Bradley Skeet on speakerphone or something.
JFT's just said move to the right, move to the left, please, Skye.
yeah. The boys on the Watchalong are chatting shit again.
Got you by stoppage. String it out for points, please.
Let's start this weekend off a bit bad. Come on, let's go. Oh, that head movement there. Sorry, mate. The way she's just got out of the way of a big winging punch from Brown. It's, yeah.
Atos, Richard Jones, too much talk. Yes, mate. That's what we're here to do, brother. Menio next have Brown 10-9 first thoughts. Nah.
I've given both to Skye.
Yeah, I think the first round she had maybe more of a case, but I would say 2018 as well, to be honest with you. But thanks for tuning in and joining us, guys. We do appreciate all the viewership. Yeah, look, probably 2-0 to Skye, but it could be 1-1, boys. You know, it's not like she dominated the rounds.
There's an argument. I mean, Brown was more active in the first round out of the two of them. Obviously, that doesn't guarantee you winning a round, but it depends what these judges are looking at. She needs to start taking more risks, though. If Brown walks all the talk, and we've now got to see her. I mean, it's not the biggest of rings either, so start putting the heat on Skye. Don't allow her to move as much as she is.
Yeah.
They're just cuffing shots that Brown's throwing. She's not fully letting her hands go. They're sort of half-arm punches.
Liam, is that a dog on your bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd watch that video again, mate. We've got your dog's butthole live and direct on the...
Fantastic. That's getting taken down. I hadn't even noticed that was on there. Oh, for God's sake, yeah, fair enough. Goodbye. What I get for not looking at something before I post it, I just done it and posted it.
That's what I want to see on a Saturday morning, mate. I mean, it's a lovely dog and all that, I'm assuming.
You can see worse, mate.
Oh, dear.
Right. At least she's turning around now. Cheers, Tops. Fantastic girl. She's sulking. She's going to go out, and I thought I'm doing the boxing first. So she's just laying there sulking.
There are a lot of first rounds for Brown on here, to be fair.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of support online. What we're supposed to do, Atos? Sit in silence, yeah? come off the line.
Mate, we can't stop talking. That's the point of us being on it.
Go watch the zone.
We can do a silent watch along, but no, you're not going to know what's going on.
It wouldn't work. Do appreciate you being with us and tuning in, my friend. But unfortunately,
that's what we're here to do, brother.
We're on here to talk. Brown and Wiley for John Louise Batista. Love it. The underdog double. When does the fight start? Jamie Lee Alston says Skye is in the third round, as Jay says now. If you want a feed of the fight, DAZN is the place to find it. We do this every week for anyone that's new to the channel. We always sit and talk about fights. We have a great chat and a great community that we have built and we're very thankful for. This is kind of what we do. If you're looking for an actual feed of the fight, DAZN is your place to find it. Just to be clear.
Just to clarify.
We've got Paulius Brown win. Tiara Brown's getting a lot of love here, boys. A lot of love in the comments.
My phone's ringing and I don't want to answer it in case do I have to talk? 1 second. Fuck it.
That is a new one.
It is that.
Right, boys, round 3. Should we get back to the fight?
Yes.
Are we allowed to talk, or do we just communicate through hand signals? Start learning Morse code.
Mate, we couldn't find a niche though there, sign language commentating on boxing.
Oh dear.
JFT's new business venture coming soon.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I think Tiara, if she can, and it's a big if, isn't it? She can start finding, bridging the gap, shall we say, on in between Skye, maybe just land something that will get her attention. She can sway things, but it's such a big if, isn't it?
Yeah, she's not been allowed to get anywhere close. As soon as she gets in close, Skye's just tying her up. But she's trying. She's not stopping coming forward. The momentum's there. Can Skye keep going at this pace? Back? Because she's been meant to work as well. Good
she's
shot
just
there,
not finessed enough, is she? Skye's being made to work, but she's also just a step ahead. She seems to know what Brown's going to do and have the movement to get out of the way of it.
She's throwing that right uppercut on the exit as well, Skye, and catching her with it. As fatigue sets in, she could stop her with that because she's coming onto it as well.
Yes,
it's Brown.
It's the where I can see a stoppage for Skye maybe coming because Brown is leaving herself very open, and you can see we're only in round 4, but you can see signs of frustration from the American, can't you?
She's putting a lot into it as well, the American girl, isn't she?
Yeah.
Good uppercut there by Nicholson, very good.
She's there to fight, though. To be fair to her,
I'm more inclined with that scorecard there, LFNQ.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, LNFQ. 30-27 to Skye. Brown landed some good shots in the third. Yeah, you're kind of in line with Jay and Liam there.
I think, look, Skye's punch selection as well doesn't get spoken about enough. As Jay's just said, the way she's brought her onto the uppercuts on the inside, her jab is fantastic. She always is throwing the right punches, isn't she?
Yeah, definitely. I just want to apologise for anybody that's tuned in to listen to silence. I'm sorry that we're talking about the fights, but thought we'd change it up a bit this Saturday morning. 4-0 for me. 3-1 maybe.
Yeah, 4-0 to me as well.
Look, and I'm not being cynical by saying this. It is in Australia on a matchroom card. I would be surprised if Tiara's been given a round so far. And look, there is a case for Skye to be winning 4-0. Let's be fair about it. But, 3-1 probably feels a bit more like it. But Tiara Brown's going to have to win pretty much every round from here, in my opinion, if she wants to win the fight.
Oh, I keep forgetting that Boots is fighting Stanionis in 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Same night as UFC 312.
Fight of the year, that, mate, I reckon. Fight of the year coming.
Yeah, it'd be great. 4-0 Skye. Jim is what the boys are saying. Thanks for tuning in and joining us.
It'll be 6-0.
Boots Stanionis is a cracking fight. Jay, agree with that. We'll be doing a watch along for that one for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's and we said, haven't we? We want to see Boots take steps up and take fights with Jeopardy, even if they didn't have belts on the line. Well, Jeopardy and another belt on the line to add to his collection is what we wanted to see, isn't it?
April the 12th will consist of Boots Stanionis, Paddy Chandler, and Volt Lopez live watch-alongs in that order.
What a night!
Yeah.
What a morning! Early hours.
I was going to say, mate, that's not night time. That's morning for us.
Yeah. True. Look, we've come out well today. Apologies to all the Americans that it's 5 a.m. or whatever it is now.
Now you know how we feel.
Yeah, have some of that, lads.
Now you know how we feel.
We are cornflakes.
I mean, for the amount of cards there are in Australia, they haven't come out of it too bad, have they?
No, I just think the timings, if they're wanting to get the American market, there's not many Americans getting up to watch Kambosos versus Wiley. I'm sorry, they're not. They're not, are they?
No,
Let's be real. But here we are. Yeah, it's an ugly fight, this, at the minute.
It's not caught fire, but did we expect it to?
No. It's becoming a typical Skye fight, isn't it? Just she does what she does. She looks really good doing it, and her opponent just can't quite catch her.
Yeah, she's got a style, and she's incredibly effective with it. Uncle Chop Aussie here. Big up to yourself in Australia for joining us. Who have you got for the main event? That should be an interesting all Aussie affair. Yeah, Skye definitely is on top here. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, man, Jake Wiley, we're kind of, well, I'm a massive Kambosos fan. I always have been. And he follows and interacts with all his fans on X, and I'm a big fan of all boxers that do that. He's fought everybody. I feel like he's took his eye off the ball a little bit with Jake Wiley, but I do think that he's going to win the fight, I'll be honest.
He should win the fight, shouldn't he?
It should be comfortable, and it should be a stoppage. That's what it should be.
I'm with you, Jim. I know what you mean.
Yeah, Skye hasn't really got out of second gear yet, has she? She's just cruising.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it gets to this point in Skye's fights sometimes where... Yeah, here we go. We Americans get it, but we get plenty of sleep when we don't mind 5 a.m. feed. Yeah, true. Well, that's our ethos when we stay up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to watch all the US boxing and UFC. So yeah, look, swings and roundabouts. I'd rather watch it live and be absolutely shattered the next day than miss it live for the big fights anyway. You know, for the likes of Fundora tonight, I can give or take it, but for Boots Stanionis, not missing it.
I'll be there.
DJ Pat straight so far from Skye. You can see Tiara's trouble cutting off, and Skye's got the ring IQ that Tiara does not have yet. Fair assessment, that, Pat. Halfway through then now, boys, we're into the 6th.
Come on, girls, let's separate a bit.
Starting to let our hands go a bit more, but
Brown Jew's in ahead there. There you go. Warning, just as I said that.
Go on, off you go. Good. Sorry, don't go. 2 secs. Good girl.
Shot.
Oh, shot.
Brown.
She's taking an uppercut and the right hand in turn there, Skye. I mean, she's not.
Brown's leg's gone. Look. What happened there?
She's tied up in the ropes. She was tied up in the ropes.
Injured, look. She's injured. Her shoulder's gone.
Oh, no.
Shoulder's gone.
That'll do for me.
Oh, hold on, Jay. Hold on. Nah, shoulder's out. You can. Ooh.
That's a stoppage, that, isn't it? That's a TKO if she stops her now.
It would be, yeah.
Oh, no, she's got her arm back up. It looked like her shoulder had come out, didn't it?
It looked like it, didn't it, mate? Especially from that back camera angle.
And she was wincing as well. Here we go. Come on, Skye.
She's on it now. We've got a bit of action in round 6.
Then we need to watch this in silence, boys, not enjoy the stoppage.
Luca's here. Luca's saying it's even, boys. Luca's not normally too far off the mark, so that is an interesting comment.
He's not. I didn't bet the draw.
But look, Luca, whether it's even to what you're watching,
Guy's 10 rounds in front, mate. Don't worry about that.
The judges ain't going to have it even, mate. No
Tiara
chance.
gets a knockout and loses a UD.
Yeah. John Verner's in the house. Skye's style is similar to Mayweather, moves very well, never really gives competition an opening. Yeah, I think that's honestly not too... who said that in the week? Someone watched.
Jay, is that your Burner account, mate? That's what you said, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's Jay's Burner. Big up to John Verner for joining us, and Jay will take that as a boost to his ego that you're echoing his sentiments.
John Verner will say, and that JFT's a handsome devil, isn't he?
Oh, I love it. We've got Fusion Buddy in the house too. Lots of new faces on this watch along. So much appreciated, guys.
Some of us hope more than others, but we'd like to see a knockout.
I really thought she was injured then. It really
mate, she's still injured. She's got someone in our corner working on her shoulder here. They're not. The camera's moved away from it, but they're not happy with that shoulder.
Yeah, that's more like it, Luca.
That's Skye, yeah.
That's the one.
If you've noticed, Eddie Hearns and Frank Smith are sitting right next to the judging table, so I'm sure Eddie's making sure Skye's all sorted here.
He looks
and Eddie will be in the corner in a minute, giving it the old turkey.
She keeps wincing, does Brown, so there's definitely something not right.
Do a Frank Warren, tell him to throw the uppercut like he's doing
Her stance is awful. Look at it.
Really basic.
Yeah. Is she going to have to maybe go all out now because she's injured?
Possibly. That could be a final stand. Pat's saying her eyes.
That shoulder doesn't look right. Sorry, Sam, mate. The way she's carrying that shoulder, it doesn't look right, does it, Joe?
No. Come on, Skye. Put it on her.
Stick it on her, girl. Come on.
Get her out of there.
Yeah, Brown showing more urgency, like trying to come forward more.
Yeah, look at her moving her arm when they're in that clinch there. She's not comfortable.
She keeps moving it, don't she? I think
it might be on the verge of coming out from it as well. Look, there's only 4 minutes left after this. She may be able to get through to the end, but she's not comfortable.
Yeah, she definitely keeps moving it. I know what you mean. Yeah.
And again, look, it's really limped down by her side.
She can't use it, really, can she? Come on, Skye. Put it on her.
Skye's just got to be wary here because a wounded fighter that's got power is probably one of the most dangerous being there up against.
Yeah. As I said, she hasn't stopped anybody of any note, has she? They've all been losing records.
Letting her hands go here, but Skye's just moved out of the way of that. Lovely.
Skye's happy for her to let her hands go.
She's felt the power. She knows that she can handle what's coming back from what she's felt from the first 6 rounds. And now it's only really one hand to watch out for with the injury she's got.
Yeah, well, she's just going to course now, isn't she?
Yeah, she doesn't want to get cut silly when we know the plan's to get her back out in May time. So,
is she going to be on that upper tire card?
I think that's what Eddie said the plan is this week.
They're really putting the big push behind the Aussie cards Matchroom, aren't they?
It's because of how much money's in this deal, mate. With Tasman Fighting and DeBella Entertainment, the amount of money in it, they've got to.
Yeah, well, look, at the end of the day, they're great fans and they're passionate fans. And, you know, I lived out there for 2 years. I know how much they love their combat sports down under. And, you know, they're great fans and great people. So I'm glad that they've got big cards coming their way again because yes, they had the Pacquiao Horn fight in Brisbane, didn't they? And they had, you know, like we discussed earlier in the week, you know, your Mundines, your Danny Greens, all those kind of fights. But, like, they're getting consistent cards now, aren't they? You know, what was it? January, Opataya fought. Now we're in March. They've got this. Opataya's back out in May. You know, they're getting every couple of months they seem to be putting a card on.
There's a stadium card
planned for July. Last week. You know, they're doing all sorts, aren't they?
Yeah. Conor Wallace in November, a couple of weeks before the...
Conor Wallace, yeah.
Yeah, look, they're getting consistent cards now. Look, this is the benefit of Riyadh season money when it's getting to countries like this that have the talent but don't often get the platform, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, this fight is a tough
one. Luca, yeah, that's what's happened. DAZN have acquired the broadcaster Foxtel out there, and that's a big deal. Yeah, sorry, you are right. That helps.
Yeah, look, all it needs to get rid of now is this main event pay-per-view, which obviously has Tim Tszyu fights in a partnership with PBC, and Matchroom have got the monopoly of another territory.
Yeah, definitely. Massive thanks to the 53 of you that are watching us live right now. That's fantastic. Much appreciated. We'll be back. If any of you are MMA fans, we'll be back in around about 8-9 hours time for UFC London. We do this every week. If you're new to watching us, so drop us a like, subscribe. Jay and Liam have got their own thing. Liam's Fight Night picks on Jay's Fight Talk YouTube channel. Straight Talk every Thursday in and around 8 p.m. that the boys do. So don't forget to subscribe over there as well.
Cheers, man.
And yeah, thanks to everyone again.
Skye needs to just back off her a little bit and pick her off.
Yeah.
She's just getting involved too much, and it's just getting
she doesn't need to sit on her chest. She can do all her work at range, can't she?
She's making it closer than it needs to be for me. I think if she moved away, she'd frustrate her more.
I don't think she's got that venom in her that other, you know, when you look at, say, just off the top of my head, Caroline Dubois.
Round 8,
you know, just spiteful.
Yeah.
You know?
I know what you mean. She throws, but not with any spite, really.
Oh, yeah. Complete. Like, Caroline actually sits down on her punches and actively looks for knockouts, whereas Skye, you can tell she's more on her boxing.
She did look like she was doing that earlier on in the fight, though, didn't she? Like, she was sitting down on him, and then all of a sudden,
early.
Back off again or tying up.
Kind of like reverting to type kind of thing, isn't it? We're just got 2 rounds
She's gone back to her pitter patter. She's gone back to like what works for her, what's got her to this position.
Yeah, about to enter round 9, motivational ref.
She looked like she was injured earlier, but she's coming through. I mean, she's not using her left that much, but she's in the fight.
They've got a nice back on that shoulder as well, so you can tell there's some sort of injury.
She doesn't look full of confidence, does she?
No, funnily enough, all the talk from the week seems to have decimated,
evaporated.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't walk away from it. And yes, we've got 4 minutes to go still, but you don't walk away from it going, we don't know anything different about Skye, do we, than we did half an hour ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, she needs to get I say unification, but a 126, as far as I'm aware, there's not many.
My zone feed's just gone black.
Mine's just gone black as well.
Yeah.
Like,
it's back. Here we go.
She'll be knocked out on the floor, Tiara Brown, in a minute. They'll be like, Skye's chinned her, the DAZN feed went off.
And the only angle you get is someone's smartphone from ringside.
Do you not remember when that happened in a Ricky Burns fight against Dajan's Zlatikani? Were you boys watch that fight?
I've seen it. I've had that happen a couple of times. Do you know when I went to see Crawler win his world title?
Oh, sorry, 1-2 from Brown there. Skye's head's one.
I was ringside and I bent down to pick up my water, and when I sat back up, he'd stopped him, body shot.
Was that the Perez fight, the second one?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be unanimous from what the judges are saying, Jim. Yeah, it should be. I wouldn't
It was
say
unanimous before the fight started, Jim.
Yeah. If Tiara Brown won every round, it was unanimous. Skye's in cruise mode. Pat says still doing what you need to do. Pat's got it shut out 8-0 so far for Skye.
I've got it shut out as well.
So I've given Brown 1 round. I think that was the second or first.
Skye, as we said it before, Skye doesn't need to be in this close. She can do all her boxing off the back foot. She doesn't need to give Brown little openings here and make this.
Well, we ain't getting a stoppage, are we? I thought we might have got an injury stoppage.
I mean, it ain't over till it's over, mate. But I'd say not.
A lot of people. I've just seen Adi Oladipo and a few other well-respected people within boxing saying that this is close.
The cards will be interesting, but.
And Luca obviously had the same thing as well. Thank you very much, John. Really appreciate you tuning in, and thanks for your comments. I look forward to seeing you again, my friend. On the
you look down at your phone, mate, and this comments popped up against you.
What's that?
Every time Jay looks down at his phone, this John Verner comments is having a joke.
It's not me. It's not me.
Jay's counting his losses.
I'm on my plane.
Yes, Dad. Yeah, all the female fights, mate, are 10 rounders for the World Championships. Yeah, 10-2s they fight over.
Right, Skye or Tiara.
Final round then coming in.
You got 2 minutes to make JFT's weekends. Can you say that? Probably not. Never mind.
No, Luke. Sorry, not Luke. I don't know why I keep calling him Luke. Jake Wiley, sorry.
Luke Wiley, you're right, mate.
Can make Jay's weekend in a minute.
Last round.
Such a calm corner, isn't it, with Bradley Skeet and Eddie Lamb? They just seem so on a very zen level.
Yeah.
All right, Tiara Brown, you got 2 minutes to do what you've been saying all week.
Got 2 minutes.
Yeah, let it all go. This is not even close. What all are saying crazy if they think it's close. Pat says Luke has got it 5-3, 6-3. Should I say?
Yeah, Brown's been disappointing after all she said in the build-up, really.
Kind of how we feared it might go.
Choi B, how we doing, brother? Long time no see.
There you go, to Choi B. Yeah, I hope you're well. My friend, 2 rounds up to Skye. So what would that be after 9? 4-3. No, 6. 4-3. No. Oh, sorry. I'm about. Can't even work it out. 5-3. No, that's 8.
There we go. That's what I meant. 5-3.
Look, 2 rounds up to Skye. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Do up.
Fortunately, we'll never be on countdown, lads.
Oh,
yeah.
Do that. She caught her with a left and a right hook and then leant in instead of trying again. Come on, there's time. Got 40 seconds. Come on, girls.
Someone, lads.
Point to the centre. Let's go.
Yeah, and still, definitely Choi B will be covering that all night. My friend, buzzing for it, to be honest.
Cheers, girls. Yeah, we're not going on holiday anymore.
JFT's feed's going to cut out any second now.
Yeah, look, like I said a few minutes ago, we didn't learn a great deal about Skye, did we? In that Tiara Brown didn't do as she promised to, which, can't say I'm surprised about either.
I don't know why they're doing that with Brown.
Stinkfest, too much hugging, smothering the work. Yeah, it just never really got going, did it, to be fair?
The JFT Tips YouTube channel that was started this morning will be shutting down this afternoon.
in administration. Oh, dear.
401 error website.
I think you and Luke are on a tip show would be a good.
It would actually. I think we're pretty good, man. We do pretty well.
Be good value.
Yeah, look, Skye's going to get that. So she won it anyway, but she was get the decision.
Yeah, I think she won it by 5 or 6 rounds for me.
Yeah, straight shot. Myers not close. 10-0. Pat's got it.
I've got it as a shutout as well.
I've got it 9-1.
My zone's dropped out. Fantastic.
Yeah, but Skye needs to fight a certain level of opponent next. I know that
she ain't beating the likes of Caroline.
I want to see that fight.
Scottney.
Yeah, she's at super bantam. Skye's at featherweight, so it's.
I think Scottney beats her.
I think it's a good fight.
Yeah. I think Skye could go up and fight Dubois.
Yeah, she'd have to go up 2, wouldn't she? But look, the women do go up twos at a time, don't they? Terry Harper is
Tasha Jonas, prime example.
Done it loads, yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to see an upset here?
I'd be very surprised, but look.
What, an upset of something other than 190 3 times?
Yeah. Brown gets given more than 1 round. So what I said during the week, brother, I think her best win is against... Oh, no, I think she lost against the 2-0.
Big up to Mike Oxbig for joining us. Yeah, echoing what you said around the record. Obviously, she was undefeated coming in, but she hadn't fought anybody really. Pat says Skye with Skull Scottney. Choi B says Scotty's about to move up to featherweight. I think that's one of the best fights you can make at featherweight. Ellie against Skye Nicolson. I think that's a good fight. Much better ring IQ. Skye's a level above the rest. Proving it, Pat, to be fair. Dismissed Raven. What about Artinstall? She dealt with Raven.
That'd be an interesting one.
She dealt with Raven just about as well as Skye did, to be fair. Paulus, we're just waiting, but Skye's going to get the decision.
Here we go.
It's not a debate.
She's won 12-0.
She's won 12-0.
It's split.
What?
No. No.
She lost. What?
What did I just say? What did I just say? Boom! I'll have some of that.
Tiara Brown beat Skye Nicolson.
I just won me a fucking right.
96-94 Nicholson.
Luke has got the cards on the screen. So 6-4 to Skye, 6-4 to Brown, and 7-3 to Brown are the cards.
Wow.
DJ Pat has summed it up pretty well, I think, on that.
I can't. I'm sorry. I need to watch that.
God.
What? No.
We could be doing a reaction video tomorrow, boys. I think on this one.
Ching, ching, ching.
John Werner says Skye's look crazy. Jim says told you. Okay, this is interesting. Hope to burn WTF again.
What?
Party time for Jim.
Party time for me. I'm gutted, but I didn't think it'd happen. But save me a Luca a little bit more than a tenner, but yes, brother, well done.
Luca's had a bit of a win. There you go. I'm telling you. Jay and Luca's show. It's a thing. The comments are flying in here about what's just happened. I think we're going to have to do some reaction to this tomorrow, boys, because I need to watch it again.
I need to watch it again.
Yeah, me too. But from what I saw there, Brown did not win that fight.
She didn't. Yeah, the Uncle Chop Chop in Australia, not too happy with it, and understandably so.
Where's Eddie? Is he kicking off yet?
Jim said a bet on plus 1,000 once, and crazy. Fair play, though. Fair play for that. There'll have to be a rematch, Pat. There's your main fight for Skye. Superstar Dreams of Skye is over. Thank you, Jim, man. Appreciate that. It's been good to interact with you.
Thanks,
much appreciated.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Boys, crazy that. I didn't anticipate that.
I did not see that. I bet on it. I bet on it just on an off chance, but from what I saw then, Brown did not win that fight, but I'll watch it again.
I'll watch it again because I had that as a shutout to Skye, being really honest.
I had it 9-1.
It's Madrimov Ortiz all over again for us, mate.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've watched that fight 3 or 4 times and I still think Ortiz won.
Same.
No, sorry. I still
think Madrimov won, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, to be fair, when Luca started saying in the chat that he thought it was close, then I looked on X and saw quite, Addy and a few people saying it was close. To look again. It's we get stuck sometimes on these watch-alongs because we don't have, we kind of just, we get a few comments in and then we start talking amongst each other, then our opinion.
Yeah, we're not concentrating 100%.
Yeah.
So we could be missing some intricacies, but I'm going to party now, guys. Too, Jim.
Enjoy it, my friend.
Oliver's back on, ladies.
Oh, dear. Love it.
We can afford to go to Scarborough now.
Oh, man, I don't know. It's a weird one. I definitely like to see the reaction.
But, here's Eddie Luck fuming.
He's not happy.
I'm going to mute and see what he says, boys.
Yeah. Do please. I'd like to hear.
I mean, I tell you what else. She's only wearing that homecoming belt. She's not wearing the actual green and gold one, is she?
I know. What the hell? You're not wearing the real World Championship.
Skye took it straight back. Just ripped off. So imagine Skye's just stormed back off. Oh, mate. We need to watch that again and react to it tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah, I need to see it again. Yeah, Jesus.
We had someone telling us to stop talking during that fight. We had Jay's burner account.
Scorecards, no way, not even close to you. I did never hit or press Skye.
Jay's laughing. What's going on there?
I think it must be Eddie. That must be it. She's more aggressive, but I don't think she there's difference in there, John, between being aggressive and landing cleaner work. Some of the best fighters of all time have been great back foot fighters. So look, it's a weird one. I'm not going to cast too much judgment until I've sat there and watched it again, because it didn't feel like she won. But look, creating controversy is big money in a rematch now, Liam.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't look. If I'm Tiara Brown, I'm saying that has to be in America. That has to be on a Matchroom US card.
Yeah, there you go. Look, Hawkan knows his stuff as well. He scored it a draw, so look, maybe not a million miles off. Choi B, that was in a straight. That's the most surprising thing to me. If it was in America, it would have been a bit different. But I'm surprised that she got
Eddie. Gotta love him. Gotta love him.
Fuming.
Well done, Tiara. It's your night tonight. I thought it was 6-4 either way. He said that it looked like he wanted to vomit as he said it about 6-4 either way.
Okay, look, but Eddie always defends his fighters, and so if he
said he thought it could have gone either way. He said when it went to the Australian judges, he thought they'd got it, but big up Tiara, and he hopes he can get the He started kissing her ass. He'll try sign her, surely.
He's probably got options on her now, doesn't he? That's what normally happens when they're bringing these fighters for a challenge, but she's done it. She's Skye.
Eddie doesn't quite know how to look.
That's what dreams are made of, man. She's changed her life tonight. Well done. Whether we agree with the result or not, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's just it's very divisive. Like, it's been a while since I've seen a fight so divisive, because you got the likes of Luca and Hawkan who scored it pretty close. These guys know their stuff, and then you've got Pat who also knows his stuff. Who scored it 10-0 to Skye. So look, you just don't know. But crazy.
It always makes me question whether I actually know what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, that's what it does to me as well, mate. I'm now really questioning. I'll watch it back later, but
I don't know.
Wow.
I really
Brown did not win that fight for me, but
didn't expect her to lose, but in the manner of it as well, it's very strange. John says gonna have to give this watch this one closer. Thought Skye landed more.
I thought that, but
weird outcome.
Midway through, like 5 or 6, the VTs that they were showing mid rounds was all Brown landing. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'd have to watch it with commentary. She is, Andrew.
Eddie 100% as an option. Yeah, he did that with Elif when she knocked out Shauna last time out. Definitely. Yes. So thanks for joining us, Andrew. She's already lost on the cards, Andrew. They give it a split.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, brother. But
yeah, they gave it to Tiara Brown.
Thanks for watching. Please stick around there, mate.
But yeah, controversial. But yeah, we all said the same thing about 10 minutes ago, Andrew, as well. So you're not the only one who thought along those lines. But yeah, Skye Nicolson's lost, man. I did not expect. Can Jake Wiley pull it off as well for the underdog? The underdog.
What you saying, Luca? Yes, Andrew.
Yeah, no. It was a split decision defeat, Andrew. Yeah, 6-4, 6-4 either way, and 7-3 to Brown, wasn't it? Yeah, you're not watching that. No, look, it was. We thought Skye won pretty handily, and so did a lot of people, Andrew. But she didn't get it on the cards, simply put, and it probably was the forward pressure that the judges liked. Is the only thing I can think of.
I know punch stats aren't the be all and end all, but that's something I do want to see from that fight. Because I didn't feel like, Skye's output wasn't as high as it's been in other fights, but I didn't feel like Brown's was either.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, look, I don't even want to say anything. It contradicts what I was saying about 15 minutes ago.
It's crazy, man. I've won a bet, but that's not bookie bashing because I don't agree with the bet. I'm not going to give it back, but I thought I'd lost. Do you know what I mean? It's mental. That I'm gonna have to watch that as soon as we've done. I'm gonna watch it again.
Oh, nice one, Andrew. So you sparred Kambosos and Wiley. What do you think then? Before we move on,
nice.
I'll have to follow you there. What's your handle, Andrew?
We'll follow the journey. Let us know the socials and all that. We'll keep an eye on it for you, Andrew, and more than welcome to come on and have a chat with us if you desire as well. We'd be happy to do that. But yeah, who do you think's going to win the fight then, based on having done rounds with both guys? That would be you might not want to say, to be fair, if you've got a relationship with both guys, but looking forward to the rematch. Yeah, look, that'll be on the upper tier card then, Liam, as we said. Mysterio, yes, Skye's lost. Tiara Brown won a split decision. DJ Pat says, can we see that fight once again? Yeah, we'll see that again, Pat, no doubt about it. It's the only fight that makes sense for both. Main event will be a crack. I hope Jakey wins, but George is too hot to handle if he gets fired up. There you go. That's a good.
Can tell you're a fighter now, Andrew. Your spelling's atrocious.
I'm
only joking, brother. I'm joking.
You can tell he knows him because calling him Jakey. That's a nickname to your mate, that, isn't it? Love it. Good man, Andrew. Well, all the best, mate, with your career and that kind of thing. So
let us know your handle, Andrew. Give us your
we'll give you a follow, mate.
Handle, man. We'll follow you. We'll keep in touch, man.
Yeah, we'll keep on the journey for sure. What have we got here? We've got Matty in the house watching this at 4 a.m. in the middle of the USA. Really hope Skye comes back and wins a rematch. Big up to Matty at 4 a.m. pushing through.
I'm only messing, Andrew.
And hope so as well, mate. I do like Skye. Not them directly, but Spar guys. Oh, sorry, right, I'm with you. But still, even so, fair play to you. All right, fellas, go make breakfast. Good stuff, John. Thank you very much for the interaction, mate, and appreciate it. We all are, Andrew. Don't worry about that.
I'm having smoked salmon and foie gras this morning.
Yeah, caviar. Kimbo, thanks for joining us.
Platter.
Yeah, well done to Brown indeed. Skye needed a comprehensive form to get the result. Nice job. Yeah, fair play, man. Look, can't take it away from her. She's not a judge or anything like that. She did what she needed to do and got the job done, boys, at the end of the day. But yeah, that was a very top man, Andrew. All the best to you, mate. Look after yourself. I guess we'll move on to Kambosos just when we get an idea for the ring walks, guys. But the chat.
Caroline Dubois had Brown winning by a landslide.
That's what I'm saying, mate. I guess sometimes you just don't know what Look, it's not the first time that the three of us have seen a fight completely differently to a lot of people.
No, it won't be the last.
The 15th time, in fairness. But look, in fairness, this time it wasn't just us. Pat had it a landslide. But I do stand up and take note when the likes of Luca and Hawk kind of coming in with draw cards and that kind of thing. So look, got to give. Thank you very much, Matty. That's very kind of you. Much appreciated. We do it every week. We cover US boxing, we cover MMA, we cover obviously the Aussie and UK boxing. We cover pretty much just about anything. We've got
if there's a fight, we're covering it.
If there's a fight, we'll do it. Yeah, we've got No Punches pulled on Tuesdays. The guys do Straight Talk over on Jay's Fight Talk YouTube channel Thursdays. So we're thereabouts for pretty much every combat event if we can. Obviously there's some exceptions. But not many, in fairness. So thank you for that, Matty. Much appreciated. I guess we'll go for Kambosos then, shall we, boys? Is there ring walks?
Go, boys.
Ring walks approaching, do you think, or?
Well, they're showing an interview with Kambosos, so I'd say so, mate.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Look, massive thanks to everyone who tuned in for that live watch along to Nicholson Brown. It was a fun one.
Diamante's in the ring, mate.
He is great. Perfect. Quickly before we go, then Matty's asked us a question referring to Eubank Ben on that date, boys. I think Eubank knocks him out personally, Matty. I don't know about you boys.
I do.
Yeah, I think he'll be a little bit too big and strong, Carl Froch style. Yeah, so yeah, Eubank for me via a stoppage. But yeah, over 500 of you that joined us for that one. Great interaction. Too many of you to name throughout. We do really appreciate it, guys. We will be back for the big All Aussie 140-pound dust up very shortly. Cambosos versus Wiley. Cheers to Jane and Liam as always, and we'll see you for that.
See you soon, boys.